So, good morning. My topic is all about earthquake faults. Introduction. Why do we need to learn about earthquakes and why is it related to this topic? Where does an earthquake start? What is earthquake fault? What types of fault we have? How do faults produce quakes? Why do we need to learn about earthquakes and why is it related to this topic? Earthquakes is the shaking or trembling caused by the sudden release of an energy. It often occurs when rocks along the fault suddenly move, such as case by volcanic eruption or when there is movement between the tectonic plates. These sudden movements of tectonic plates can cause stress in the crust that could cause a fault. So, kabalo naman tanan kung unsa ang linog, no? Where does an earthquake start? Earthquake starts at below the Earth's surface, which is due to stress that squeezes rocks together or pushes them in different directions. There are two types of earthquakes where it officially generates, which are called the focus and epicenter. As you can see in this picture, makita nato diri kung asa ang epicenter o ang focus. So to better understand what is focus and epicenter, let me introduce this to you. So focus is the place where the first break happens, where the fault starts to slip, where first movement takes place. It is the starting point of the earthquake. Epicenter is the spot directly above the focus on the surface of the earth. So ang focus daw is nag-start na siya which is below sa crust caused by volcanic eruptions or movement of the tectonic plates. Then ang epicenter is makita na siya sa taas sa crust, which is magamit na siya, ma-locate na siya gamit ang seismic nga instrument. What is earthquake fault? A fault is a break in the earth crust along which significant movement has taken place. So this is the sample of earthquake faults. Like makita na to sa itong mga basakan. Ana. Next is, what types of fault we have? First is normal fault. It forms due to tension force that happens beneath the crust. So normal fault, it forms as a result of tension. The rock layers in the Earth's crust are pulled apart and gravity causes one section to move downward in relation to the other. So, nga na may tabo sa normal fault. Second is reverse fault. It forms due to compression force that happens beneath the crust. So, ang reverse fault is ang resulta sa compression force. The rock layers in the earth crust are squeezed together and the force pushes one section upward in relation to the other. If ang normal fault kay tension, ang reverse fault kay compression. Lastly is strike slip fault. It is when the rock layers on opposite sides of fault slides past each other horizontally. So strike slip fault, it forms when the rock layers on opposite sides of fault slides past each other horizontally. This type of fault is sometimes called a steer, wrench, or transcurrent fault. As you can see sa strike slip fault, makita ninyo ga-move lang siya horizontally. Ga-slide lang sila together. So ana ang strike slip fault. Next is, how do faults produce quakes? A fault produces quakes by tectonic stress. The Earth's outer layer, called the lithosphere, is made up of large pieces called tectonic plates. These plates are constantly moving, but they don't move smoothly. They get stuck at their edges due to their friction. So, ang tectonic stress is tungod sa mga tectonic plates nga gabanggaanay daw. Tapos, kung magbanggaanay, mag-cause siya friction which is mag-cause po siya og earthquake. Then, accumulation of stress. As the plates continue to move, stress gradually builds up along the edges of the plates where they struck. This stress can cause the rocks on either side of the fault to bend and deform. So, ang causes daw ni kay mag-build up ang stress sa edges sa plates. Then, pag mag-stuck na sila, mag-cause na siya of bend or deform sa mga lupa na makita nato sa mga fault. Then, breaking point. When the stress along the fault reaches a critical level, The rocks can no longer withstand the force, and they suddenly break or slip along the fault. This sudden movement releases a massive amount of energy in the form of seismic waves, which is ma-feel na to nga kanang gauyog ta mo na yung kwan ngayang effect sa tuwa. So earthquake, the release of energy is what we feel as an earthquake. The energy travels in the form of seismic waves, which create the shaking and ground motion associated with earthquakes. So earthquake, kabalo naman tana. Then, so in simple terms, faults produce quakes when the stress between tectonic plates becomes too great, causing the rocks to break and release a burst of energy in the form of seismic waves, resulting in an earthquake. So, maulan to. Thank you. Basic. Bye na.